Everybody, welcome. Today is Tuesday, November 12th, 2019. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. And apparently I have a hole in my lip. Try that again. Good morning to you, Stacy. Happy snowy day to you. I can't quite tell, but I think it's still snowing. I was expecting more on the ground by the time I woke up. There is not much, but being an early season storm, the world is freaking out, and everybody's canceling everything, and everybody canceled everything last night. I don't know what the big deal was. It's like everybody forgets how to drive in the snow here in Vermont over the summer. It's not like it's that long. I will say I am impressed with the snow manners, the all-wheel drive system in my new car. Good morning, Daniel. I do not have snow tires on yet. Snow tires will be going on in 2 weeks. Because I always wait too long because I'm used to driving a large SUV. And I do not drive one of those anymore. Whoops. But I still went to the gym last night and had no problem in snow. Not even a little. So, shout out to my car for doing something right. Actually, my car hasn't been problematic in, let's see, a little over 2 months. That's pretty cool. What else is going on? Snow, product, dealing with new products and ordering more product and things like that. Daniel says, don't mention the gym. Saw a personal trainer yesterday. Can't lift my arms over my head today. Well, with respect to your personal trainer, it sounds like they worked you a little too hard. Yeah. But everybody's got different philosophies, so I'm not gonna spend first cup disagreeing with the way somebody trains clients. What else was yesterday? That was most of yesterday. So I'm not gonna go too deep into the detail. Maybe a slight exaggeration. I remember one day as a teenager where I couldn't wash my hair. Like, I put the shampoo in. Okay, yeah, I had a little bit of hair at one point. It wasn't very long, but still, put my shampoo in my hair and I had to do this because I couldn't wave my arm up. I had to do this. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't much longer, but it covered more of the skull. There was more here. I was also back when I thought I needed shampoo. I don't use shampoo. I also rarely use soap because most of that stuff's junk. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, yesterday. So yesterday, not to put too much pressure on myself, but figuring out the future of whistlekick and how things are going to move forward. That was big. It was exciting. And I think it went okay. Took a step. Now figuring out what to do with other steps. So, yeah. Also, yesterday, working on the development of a new apparel product. Something kind of unique, something that I'm really digging the idea of. And we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty pumped for it. So, here's a new strategy I'm trying on Fiverr. Instead of hiring one or two of the more expensive designers, hire like 6 of the less expensive designers. We'll see how that goes. once in a while I've ended up with some people who are, I don't know, they're new, so they're undercharging. They're trying to build up their reputation. I had to cancel it with one of them because she just didn't know what she was doing. I suspect if her English was better or if I had spoken Bengali, we would have been able to get there, but we couldn't get there. Oh, it's definitely still snowing. So what's going on today? Today I got acupuncture. I've got one interview. I think it's just one. Yeah. And then the rest of it is uh, just work, general work, digging in. Stacy says Fiverr has been amazing for my parody song work. Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff you've come up with. It's been great. I worked on a project a couple years ago where it was an industrial not really industrial. Yeah, whatever. It was a product. It was a non-martial arts related thing for a company I was helping out marketing wise, and I was looking to develop this video that I hoped would go viral within that community. And so I took Green Eggs and Ham, rewrote the lyrics, and developed like the worst mockable video. Daniel, if you need help with social media, you might also want to check out blackbeltsocialmedia.com. Just saying. I don't know. But once I was done with the video, with the script, I realized that the voice, because I read the original audio track, and it was good, but it needed more. So I found a Morgan Freeman impersonator on Fiverr, and then put that to it, and it was hysterical. Now, unfortunately, I left that company. There were 2 scenes left that needed to be reshot, and it wasn't finished, which really bummed me out. But it's okay. Point of the story is, if you want to hire a Morgan Freeman impersonator, there are plenty of them on Fiverr. I think we paid like $30 for this. It was awesome. All right, now to the brass tacks. I don't even know where that expression comes from. Questions. If you want to ask me a question, drop it below, and I'll answer it. Here we go. I got Wesley asking if it's possible to get a dedicated mic for the show. I'm guessing that he's listening in audio form later and not liking it. I'm assuming that I can find a USB mic that'll plug into the phone. But I'm going to be honest, I don't want to put too much work into this show. I like doing this show, but the whole genesis of this show was that it would be simple to do, because martial arts radio it takes a lot of time, a lot of resources. There are now 3 of us collaborating to make that show happen. So I don't want to do any editing. I don't want to do anything. This is just first cup is what it is. So I'll consider it, and I'll do a little bit of research. If I can get a cheap USB-C mic, because that's what my phone takes, we'll think about it. All right, other questions coming in from Frank. First cup's glorious. There we go. There's a good word for you, Frank, producer. It has been said, success is a ladder you cannot climb with your hands in your pockets. What do you think? Success is a ladder you cannot climb with your hands in your pockets. Yeah, I mean, think about the posture of having your hands in your pockets. It's kind of, it's either reserved or it's indifferent or it's lazy. And you're not going to achieve success if you are reserved or indifferent or lazy. You've got to take some risk. I like that ladder analogy. Ladders are kind of risky. I mean, they're not, people aren't falling off them constantly, but you talk to anybody who's worked in construction, everybody knows somebody who's fallen off a ladder. Maybe even everybody's fallen off a ladder. I don't know. I have not fallen off a ladder. Knock on wood. A lot of people dream about success. They plan for success. They hire consultants for success, but they don't actually do work. They don't actually take their hands out of their pockets and get them dirty. Success requires that. We have this false idea of what success is quite often because of the way media portrays successful people. We seem to think that coming up with an idea is all you need to do. People look at a business like Instagram. It's a good example. And say, oh, Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion, 1.2 billion, something like that. And, they were barely making any money. I don't think there was any advertising. In fact, they might have been making $0 at that point. So all I have to do is come up with a good idea and then somebody will buy it from me. And no, those are the exceptions, not the rule. Sometimes you see what looks to be massive success, but it's based on, no, I don't think WeWork falls into that one. There are a lot of businesses out there, a lot of major businesses that come and go because they don't actually do anything. But if you look at the most tried and true, the most stable businesses out there, ones that have been around for a very long time, they tend to do things and continue to innovate and keep up with what's going on. And they tend to be indispensable. And if you want to be successful, you have to find a way to do some of those things, if not all of those things. And it's not easy. And it doesn't matter whether that success you're looking for is professionally or personally. It doesn't matter if it's with your own business or working for someone else. One of the things that blows my mind is that people will, let's say you're making a certain amount per hour working for someone, and you want to move up and you want to raise, but people refuse to work harder. They refuse to deliver more value. How are you going to move up if you're only being adequate, if you're only doing what needs to be done at your current position? I've fired dozens of people in my career, and every single time somebody wanted a raise, I asked them to show me how they were worth more than what I was paying them. Why was I going to simply take the risk of paying them more and hoping they were going to do more? No, the way you get a raise, the way you move up is by showing that you are exceeding what you are expected to do. You're delivering more value. You're making the company feel guilty, in a sense. Hey, you're paying me $15 an hour. I'm giving you $20 in value. You want to meet me in the middle at 18? If you know you're worth more, it's easy to get more, whether it's where you are or moving on. And that, again, applies personally and professionally. But your hands have to be out of your pockets and you have to work for it. I really like that analogy. It has been said, it's not the years in your life that count, it is the life in your ears. Abraham Lincoln. How does this relate to martial arts and life? There are people who go to class and go through the motions. People who are not getting better. They're not getting worse, they're just kind of there. And that's not, of course, limited to martial arts. There are people who go through the motions. People who wake up every day, do the same thing. And if they love their lives, that's totally fine. But I don't know too many people who do the same thing every day and love their life, honestly. Most of them are fearful, and they've built a life that they think is as good as they deserve. So they don't climb that ladder. They don't work harder to get more out of it. If you want to be more, you have to do more. If you want to get more, you have to put in more. I don't train as often as I want to. But when I do, I would like to think, and it might not be true, I would like to think I'm training harder than anyone else in the room. If nothing else, I don't think I'd be able to look at myself and the group that I'm part of, assuming it's a group class, and say, Jeremy's in the bottom third, everybody else is working harder than him. That doesn't typically happen. It's pretty rare for me to be the one with their hands in their pockets. Life goes by fast. And the dirty secret that nobody told me when I was young is that it goes by faster the older you get. Which I completely hate. I have no idea how I'm 40 already. I was 25 yesterday. And maybe it's because I've had a lot of life in those years. I've definitely lived. I've done a lot of living. And it's been great. I think this quote, to me, you know the saying, that kind of sarcastic saying people say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. It's not that far off. I mean, you got to sleep. The quality of your sleep impacts the quality of your awake time. And to never sleep or to sleep too little is just silly. But what if you approached your waking hours with that kind of intensity? What if you lived as if you knew you were going to die, and not tomorrow or next week, but in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Here's the irony. most people, if you put an endpoint on it, I'm 40. Let's say you say, hey, you're halfway through your life. You only have 40 years left. I get a little bit of anxiety because now there's a final endpoint. There's a stop. And I've got that much time to live and love and work and get all these things done and experience the stuff that I want to experience. And we all have that endpoint. But we don't like to talk about it. We like to pretend it's not there. So we just kind of push things off next year, next time. And for those of you that follow me on Facebook personally, it's because of that I'm starting to look at getting a dog. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for 10 years to get a dog, 15 years to get a dog. I'm done waiting. I'm done waiting. I'm done waiting on a lot of things. And I think that is the attitude that people should be at least considering more and more. What have you been waiting for? Stop waiting. Because there isn't more time coming. There's only less time coming. And I think contemplation of that is your homework. I'm not going to give you anything more. Because I think anything more than that is superfluous. So, subscribe, turn on notifications. We do the show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern here on YouTube. You can catch it later in audio form in any podcast app. If you want to ask a question, drop it below. I'll answer it tomorrow. If you haven't checked out yesterday's episode of Martial Arts Radio with Master Colin Wee, please do so. It's a great one. Another episode of that coming on Thursday. I think that's what we got. So, you have a fantastic day. I'm going to go do that myself. Drink some more coffee. Take care.